At the end of the summer gardening season, it's very likely that you have a basil plant that looks like this, one that has flowered and went to seed. In the beginning of the season, I like to prevent my basil from flowering as much as possible by harvesting frequently and always pinching off the flowers so that I can continue to harvest fresh basil all season long. However, at the end of the season, as we are approaching our first fall frost, we want to make sure that we save the seeds from our basil so that we can save those seeds to plant next year. And basil is not a cold tolerant crop. As soon as the first frost comes, the plant usually will die off. And so before that time comes, you want to make sure you go out to your plant and save the seeds. And the best thing to do is just let the flowers dry completely on the plant. And you'll see that they start off with white flowers, sort of like this right here. You can see there's a white flower. And then eventually that flower matures into a seed pod. And with time, that seed pod will fully mature on the plant and they will dry up on the plant. And if you look closely, you'll see the tiny black basil seeds. And so that's the easiest way to do it. You can harvest the entire seed pod even when it's still green. The thing is, you just always want to make sure the seeds are fully mature. And if I look at this, these little seed pods right now, I can see the seeds and they're still yellow, which means they're still maturing. They're not quite ready to harvest yet. But then when I look in one of these dried seed pods, the seeds are black, and that means they're fully mature and ready to save. So if you can, just let your seed pods fully mature on the plant and then just snip them off with some gardening shears and then shake them into a bowl with a colander. The easiest thing to do is just use your fingers and just pull all of the seeds right off the stem. I like to do it this way so that all the remaining flower parts and stems can remain in the colander while I shake out the black basil seeds. And then you just need to store your basil seeds for next year. And the best way to store your seeds is in a cool, dry, and dark place. You can put your seeds in a seed envelope or in a glass mason jar, anything that's airtight and won't let any moisture in. So you can even stick a silica gel packet inside to absorb any extra moisture, which will just prolong the life of your seeds. And now you have seeds for next year. And I know this video is all about saving basil seeds, but when you're in the beginning of the season, it's actually better to prevent your basil from flowering and heading to seed so that you can get more harvest from your plants. And the way to do this is by frequently harvesting. And if you head to this video here, I talk all about pruning correctly and harvesting your herbs frequently. So head to that video next and I'll see you there.